all states. Wanting a victory tonight, and of course the second chance for Western Australians tomorrow night with the Eagles against Collingwood. Opening bounce then on a Friday night in Adelaide. Sudden death final, this one. Sandilands has to wait. Got a hand to it first, taken by Mundy, who's been in terrific form. Goes with the outside of the boot down towards half forward. Walters takes the mark, releases Hill, goes inside the forward 50, and that's a good grab taken there on the lead by Main.
He's marking it there. This is your 20 seconds. Let him go. It's your 20 seconds, Chris.
So Chris Main has had a very good season around goals. Real competitor too. Accuracy, one of the things that has made him so good this season. And this is no exception. Through it goes. Opening goal of the night. Adelaide haven't touched the footy.
The Dogs have got the first two. They've played Main a bit deeper forward, Pavlich more centre half forward. So they've just got the early few minutes, the Dockers.
So Dowdy, last game here. Will be last game if the Crows don't win tonight. And a free kick to Adelaide in the back half.
You're tackling him front on.
Free kick to Main.
Mark's here, Chris.
Protecting the play with the head over the footy. I didn't think the umpire saw it initially, but then I think maybe even the midfield umpire may have alerted with the fact that it was some high contact. Very hard for the player who's standing in front of the player coming forward with his head over the footy. He almost has to take a step back.
Yeah, not much you can do on that occasionally. Wait for them to rise almost and tackle the body, but too high.
Well, he's struggled for goals in recent weeks, to be honest. He had a fantastic year, and we said he doesn't miss from in front too often. So what a spectacular start here for the Dockers, and Chris Main has kicked both the opening goals.
Just outside the defensive 50, right.
Is the one in WA got a history of footballers? Because the one here does, Dennis.
Yeah, not as good as yours, Bruce.
I can tell you I was on the receiving end of plenty of spankings from Sacred Heart here in South Australia.
So, right, just an up and under. Just a terrible kick by Wright. I mean, Portlesia had no chance. This is not a great start. Duffield to Fife. It's a great start if you're a Dockers fan. Mundy on the rebound there from Main, and Walters, who is a dead-eye dick, and goes bang, and they've got three now, and there's a problem for the Crows right here and now.
Any contact to your opponent, that was brilliant.
Wonderful touch. Tippett, Riley through the congestion then. Vince across the body, high ball down towards the attacking 50, and the mark is taken against the numbers by Portlesia. Spur across the mark. Portlesia, meantime, lines up and kicks a goal. Well, there you go. They needed that one.
Sandilands, is he close enough to score? He hasn't missed a set shot this year.
Doesn't look a breath of breeze when you look at the flags here, so it's going to take his absolute best.
No, it goes short and asks a lot there, but it's in the back. Gee, Riley's given away an unnecessary free kick, you'd think, wouldn't you?
To a dangerous man too.
It's a bad mistake, really.
Simon?
He's not tall, Walter, so he's not going to outreach you. You don't have to be sort of pushing him under the ball. I mean, that was just such an obvious free kick. That's a really bad mistake by Riley.
Well, we talked about Walters. I mean, he came back into the team when they got going, didn't they? And he's kicked 19 goals in 9 matches. And he really has made a difference in some of those games. He's added another string to the bow up forward, and they're kicking straight, the Dockers. Adelaide miss at one end, and the Dockers kick straight at the other. Walters has got a couple. So Main and Walters are
on top and looking dangerous. Spills out of the centre. Duffield, there's that man again. It's a dozen now to Mundy. Swings it out wide. Leading in the race. Missing the ball though as De Boer goes back to find it though. Well done. Fife slips a hand pass back to Ibbotson. Comes to Johnson. They work it nicely. McPhee puts the finishing touch to it. Not a high gloss. Wanders down towards half forward. Mundy again. Mundy goes in short on the lead. Main missed it. Loose ball at the back. Dangerous stuff. Pavlich to Main. Boot to ball. And through it goes. And Sanderson has reason not to like Mundy's.
He's been
He was late simply because it affected the kick, didn't it? It skewed back towards the middle. And the umpire would have seen that. Half a step at worst, and the man was in the air kicking the footy. Pavlich doing exactly that now. Kick is on the way. Has it got the carry? It's going to be close, right on the line. Sandilands knocked it down off the ground. Ballantyne, the opportunist. How about that?
It's a remarkable bit of work, wasn't it, by Ballantyne?
Kick you off the ground. It's close in crumbing. I mean, normally the ball's going to get punched over your head, but certainly with Sandlin's height, he was able
to get into this game, because right at the moment they are being totally outplayed. They had a good patch in the first quarter, but they didn't make it count on the board. Sandilands again just winning the taps. Dangerfield did well. Porplesia, the look away. Douglas, they're on the back foot though. Thompson, back to Thompson, left foot, very good by Thompson. That was well played. Looked up and found their goal kicker.
So you need to be able to try and just find the forward in a bit of space with a bit of precision.
So he's normally a really highly skilled kick, Porplesia. And he's drilled that home, so he's had 2 good shots, and Adelaide get their second goal.
Rally on Thompson, Dangerfield carved them up. They've obviously gone there.
So Sandilands again, Jacobs, Douglas did well, got out, Ibbotson. So Petrenko to come back on the mark. So could Ibbotson go all the way here? He's about 50. So it's...
That was where Walker was actually trying to hem him in 5 metres, but the problem is you've got to wait until the umpire calls play on before you invade that protected 5-metre line of the mark, and he didn't.
So Ibbotson kicks the goal. So the Dockers get their 7th, and they skip further away here. Need to try and manufacture a goal here from the stoppage. Great season for McPhee. See Crowley with Dangerfield. Of course, the key for Adelaide is if Thompson could get off the leash, and that would give Ross Lyon something to think about. No free kick, or is there?
Yep.
Took it out. No, you took it out of the ruck. Played holding the ball. Played holding the ball.
Yeah, because they're pushing back.
Played holding the ball. Okay.
How's that holding the ball?
Took it out of the ruck. Was tackled.
Yeah, after a tap though.
He's taken it out of the ruck.
He didn't take it out, did he?
We've taken it out.
So there you go.
He would tapped it to himself, so I guess that's taking it out. But he didn't. The ball didn't go to ground after the tap, so they just taking possession.
This might really kick-start Dangerfield. As Tim said, he's had a lot of contested ball, but he's had nothing on the outside. Do Adelaide need a set shot to go through the middle? Right now, you don't feel like you could get a bigger kick in the context of the game at this moment, and he delivers. That is really a big play. Suddenly the scoreboard looks a bit more even.
Looks down towards half forward. Best and fairest with the Dockers. That's hard to do considering Pav virtually had the monopoly. But right half back, Van Berlo finds Sloan. He plays on. Sloan across the ground. That's a good kick. Clock is running. It's down to 30. Petrenko's got the football. John Cox on the move. Walker wants it longer. Kick goes in that direction. Nervous time for Silvani. Never looked convincing there, young Silvani. Very conscious of Walker, who's a bigger man. And it was a good kick.
He's very good from the front position again. When he gets that ability to leap at the footy, good extension, good leap, good strong hands out in front of his eyes. He's going to have to do a bit tonight, Walker, where he's the one out big target down there. Tippett is just not getting on the end of it at all. Walker is critical.
Well, kicks don't come much bigger than this one. Alex Silvani stands the mark. Walker, the distance certainly won't bother him. Silvani is only about 30 metres out from goal, but Walker needs to kick accurately, and he has. Oh, what a lifter for the home team. They're down by just 13 points against all the odds, against all the play we've seen. A centering kick and a beauty too. Now a chance for Hill to run at them, decides to kick. High ball. Rutten had the run. Rutten's got the recovery. Well played one-on-one with Pavlich. Rutten was favoured by the kick, but nevertheless, a good result for the Crows. Smith gets the short one from McKay. Kick to the wing and Riley. McKay is still running on. Riley turns around. Van Berlo into space. Adelaide on the move. Kicks inside the forward 50. Walker.
Tell you what, Riley's been important. He's been able to set up the structures. They're winning that war at the moment. On that occasion, got himself involved through the middle of the ground, used up Van Berlo, I think it was. But just a great effort here from Rutten to win the ball back.
As Ross Lyon said at half-time, the Crows like to go through the centre square. Well, every team does. You always can attack your forward line much better from the centre corridor, and that's what they were able to do.
Just get the feeling. Walker looming as a potential match winner. No Luke McFarlane, of course. Kick is on the way from Walker. It's good. 2 in a row for him. That breaks the deadlock in this third term.
He's a popular player. They've got cardboard cutouts of his face and his mullet down in the crowd there, and he got them going just on half-time. That's really important for his confidence and that of the Crows.
So Clark in the ruck. Last 33 minutes, it's Adelaide 4 goals 4 to Fremantle 1 goal. Paul Pleasure did well. And then Walker again, that's a beautiful mark. He's in the same place that he was 30 seconds ago.
And the centre bounce clearance again. If you get that was where they got stitched up in the first half by Fremantle. So now all of a sudden the Crows got it running forward. You get your players running onto the footy, and forwards have some space to lead into.
Gee, contested mark is such a great thing in footy, and he can take them. Paul Pleasure was so good there because he had to take it low, and then the left foot, not his natural side, though he is a gifted player. It was such a soft kick, wasn't it, for Walker? Well, we've talked about big kicks in the game. He's already had a couple, none bigger in half-time. But this to get Adelaide breathing right down the neck. Cometh the moment, cometh Tex, the man.
Well, this guy is a cult figure here at Hamish Stadium. They absolutely love him. You see the crowd behind him. They are definitely getting involved here. It's not a full house, but there's hardly any Dockers supporters here tonight.
Didn't play it too well. Vince goes short. Paul Pleasure. He was good when Adelaide were bad, Paul Pleasure. There's a man on Van Berlo. Can he carry the ball to him? He runs hard, trying to get something extra on the kick. Oh, well done. How good was that? Van Berlo, 60 metres out, tries to slot it on the lead down there. It's missed. Loose at the back, taken by Wright, goes in, and Adelaide lead. Picking himself up, the leading player, Dangerfield. He played a role.
Something is wrong somewhere, because that's just a really disappointing response, isn't it? 31,000 after 44 last week. Now, we were told similar ticket sales so far this week, so can't work that one out. Fife, and they're missing a great match. Fife's long ball, it's close, it's carried all the way. They're back in front.
Just an individual effort, isn't it? Every now and then there's a lot of pack of players. He just had a little half a metre of space. Left foot turned the ball on his booty. He is a wonderful
player. They know the structures.
Player.
Even when behind, Fremantle were going to play to that set plan, and can hold up. G. Thompson ducked down very early, got into his move early. Henderson searches for it, can't quite break the tackle. I reckon Hills had a really good 5, 6, 7 minutes here. He was involved in the tackle. The ball ferried out. Adelaide able to squeeze it to half forward. Walker, important. He does well played. Big Tex, he does a brilliant job, and he sets his mate up. Walker take a bow, Kurt Kipps a goal, and Tex is the hero.
How far did he go?
Who cares?
Dare you say it, a bit of Wayne Carey about that. The pick up, the strut, the fend off, and passes the ball to Tippett. Important Tippett feeds off this energy now. Really needs to get a
low-scoring game. Brenton Sanderson has got his team back on track. One down by Sandilands, looking for Hill. Between Hill and Fife. Hand passing over his shoulder. Van Berlo comes out wide to Barlow. Barlow can run. Looks inside the forward 50. Long kick. Main is dropping back. Draws a double team. Ball came to him obligingly. Subban finds a way through and kicks a goal. Docker's back in front.
Here's the build-up here. This is Barlow driving the ball inside forward 50. His direct opponent's actually Doughty starting on a wing. Barlow starting going in, Doughty drifting straight back. So they need to be mindful and not let Barlow off the chain because he can find the footy through the midfield.
So this next goal vital. Mundy again out of the centre. Well done to Bohr. Barlow, so Barlow, Mundy and Pavlich takes a terrific mark within range. So the Dockers take that third quarter out. Their first quarter, second quarter and fourth quarters, their first couple of minutes have been so damaging, haven't they?
Yet they've got the ball forward out of the centre. But this game has so much been going on. Who can get the ball? I mean, everyone's spread out at the centre bouncer, spread out all over the field. So the team that gets it forward with the clearance out of there has been in control of the game.
Well, he's one bloke you'd back, I reckon, 9 times out of 10 from here, wouldn't you? He kicked the ball magnificently last week. And he struck it. And is it straightening up and getting home? You betcha. They've kicked away on the back of their captain's first goal of the night.
He's leading with conviction. Here's another lead. Petrenko. That was okay. They're going forward and they're getting space on their markers. Oh, but that's not good. Intercepted. Coming away as Pierce. Well, Petrenko did well, able to stifle the football, took a deflection, Dangerfield got it, gave it to Riley, over the top, Van Berlo, squeezes it through a keyhole. That was magnificent by Van Berlo, the West Australian.
He's right on it.
3 great efforts there. Dangerfield won a really tight contested ball. Riley got the ball out, saw Van Berlo, then this is the end result. Terrific kick.
Vince, obviously, a long kick. Obviously, a long kick. Got the hand pass, lacks marking, and dobs it.
Well, they obviously know the capabilities of their teammates. Freo should have been aware that Vince is a long kick of the ball. That's a set play if I've ever seen one.
So some good work by Van Berlo.
Attacking goal. The point the difference. A real contest now. Jacobs reaches over the top. Roving the pack there was Tippett. Poor Pleasure created his own space. Went after the football. Duffield's got it. John Cock had him. Chance for McPhee. Virtually handed it to Barlow. Coming away as Subin got that early goal. Drives it back to the wing, but it's all Adelaide. Mark is taken by Henderson. Minon in the middle, ignores those. Spots Sloan coming at him, and Sloan takes the mark.
This sort of play forces the Fremantle side to defend in a one-on-one fashion. We know that they're coming off a 6-day break and travel. This will be really taxing defence from the Dockers.
Sloan just sends it long then, inside the forward 50. Poor Pleasure! Well, it wasn't the leap I thought it was going to be. He juggled the mark. And will shoot a goal from about 35 metres out to regain the lead for the Crows.
So he's get a kick and a half from where Sloan kicks the footy for Bleacher, but he just, because Walker made the really good, strong pack contest, he could jump at the ball unimpeded.
That's right. Walker grounded Sandilands in effect. And poor Pleasure, the beneficiary. He starts his run on the 50. Kick is on the way. And the city of Adelaide rejoices. 3 goals to poor Pleasure in a fine performance.
In the back half there, Tippett and Clark. So the number 2 ruckman tonight, both got it. Fife brought down in the tackle by Smith. He's been so good, the youngster. John Cox had 4 shots on goal. Callanan's been quiet. Quick kick forward. Walker free kick. Silvani panicked, I think.
Yeah, well done, Walker. He knew that Dawson was going to be the spare man, so he pushed hard into Silvani to try and just make sure the umpire, and Silvani was going to try and block him to let Dawson mark the ball. So I thought he played that really well, Walker, to almost draw the free kick.
He's got a remarkable record against the Dockers.
Have a look at there. He just really pushes hard into him. Make sure the umpire sees that little bit of a hole.
20 seconds!
Little bit's probably the correct word.
He's kicked 4 goals in both the matches so far this year against the Dockers. Coming into the night, 21-6 against them. Has he got a 4th tonight? You betcha. Adelaide get a bit of breathing space on the back of Tex. He's back, hates to waste a ball. Tippett got a little shove. Ball at the back. Dockers want it to stay in. Adelaide want it out. It stays in. McPhee sweeps the handball back. And Silvani off a step. And that's a poor result.
All the talk going into this game was the absence of Talia, key defender to play on Pavlich, but McFarlane's absence has been really noticeable tonight.
That's 50. That's 50. She's been untidy, Clark, at times, hasn't it? It really hurts the Dockers. I mean, Douglas under pressure at half-back. Now suddenly all the pressure released off him, and it's a forward 50 entry coming up.
Adam!
And that clock, not quite the enemy yet, but getting very close to that. Douglas decides to go long. Walker! Oh, he's a colossus. He's kicked 5. He's been a handful. He's been the difference.
The X factor.
It was interesting, as that ball was coming in, Sandilands was heading back to the front of the goal square, but Douglas just got it there about 3 steps before Sandilands arrived, and Walker by that stage had just dispensed with Silvani. Look at this, Sandilands trying to get back. Didn't quite get there. Just too strong, too balanced.
We talked about Pavlich's match last week being a signature match. Walker's having one tonight, isn't he?
Yeah. Breakout season. He's been really good.
Well, as we said before, feel sorry for Silvani. Supplementary defender. He's gone up against a good one tonight. 5 goals to that man, Tex Walker. And it seems that will be enough to propel Adelaide into a preliminary final against Hawthorn. Fife, though, with other ideas, defiantly crashes the pack. Jacobs' kick was smothered, taken by Crowley. Crowley sends the Dockers forward. Main! Oh, that's a good mark. Plays on immediately. Walters runs into an open goal and kicks it. He's got 3. Well, that last goal virtually stands for naught. It happened that quickly, the response from Fremantle. 10 points. Time ebbing away now for the Dockers. And maybe the dream is going with it. It looks that way. Charging into the pack down there and doing pretty well. Getting the ball out was Dangerfield. Walker at close quarters. Jacobs kicks towards full forward. Petrenko dropped the mark. Last roll of the dice here. Spur off the ground outside the 50. They need to get this football and carry it the length of the ground. Can they do that? McKay came up to meet it. Falling over Petrenko. John Cock gave it across to McKay. Well played, McKay. Tries to battle his way through. Walters, who's been a live wire, gives it to McPhee.
He just bangs it forward. He wants a mark. And I think Doughty might have it.
Chopped his arm. Michael Doughty.
Gee, this... Well, his last game at Amy Stadium, Doughty, we know that for sure, and he's played a beauty. So Adelaide do milk that clock. Vince has been good. Thompson gets it to Vince. Vince wants right, decides to go further to Sloane, and Sloane takes the mark.
Through the countdown clock, the runners are able to get out there and tell the players exactly how they is to go.
Paplesia, a couple of the really good players for the Crows tonight. So this has been a great response. I mean, Adelaide under the pump. Their recent finals record has been very modest since that 98 premiership. And tonight they look done and dusted, 29 points down. But they haven't. And once again, that qualifying final loser. And to think that Adelaide were 14th last year and they're going to finish in the top 4 this year. It's a remarkable effort by Brendan Sanderson in his first season. There's not a big crowd, but they are going to roar in a moment. It's been a great comeback. They're on their way to the prelim.
Well, there it is, Crows fans. What a win to the Adelaide Crows. 10 points over the...
Last game at this stadium for that bloke. What a game it was in the end.